Welcome back, everyone, to Oxygen Not Included. So once again, I have to thank Rax for laying the info down for us. I do like figuring a lot of these things out myself, but it's definitely appreciated. He pointed out that gold amalgam in particular, as a metal, is way more heat resistant, actually, than copper ore. So I was going to see if I could figure out how that worked. I was kind of already looking at the copper ore side of it, and I was going to compare the specific heat capacity just to see if I could, kind of figure that out on my own without like consulting any outside guides. It does seem like it has this particular heat capacity, so apparently you need its heat capacity is about a third of a DTU per gram per degrees Celsius. So heat is DTU per amount of mass gives you, I guess, the number of degrees Celsius or something along those lines. So I kind of wanted to compare that to gold and see if that looks a little bit... Okay, yeah, so that is a totally different number altogether. So the number is lower. Number's lower. DTU divided by grams per degrees Celsius. So lower number would mean... Lower number would actually mean that it... oh, actually, okay, never mind. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the specific heat capacity at all. Actually, it just naturally has this bonus right here. Never mind. An overheat temperature plus 50 degrees Celsius. So good thing he pointed that out. Then that actually means then that we want to put, gold amalgam as our, resource of choice when it comes to building devices which will be surrounded by heat, basically, right? Our heavy industry. It's going to take a look at iron, too, to see if it has that same quality. It might be just a specific gold amalgam type thing. Yeah, it looks like it is. This thing has a higher specific heat capacity, which I'm assuming that means it is less resistant, or I'm sorry, more resistant to heat change. But I'm trying to piece this formula together. So for every DTU extra per gram, divided by grams, creates a degrees Celsius. Yeah, so higher number would mean... Let me just think about this really quick. Higher number would mean more DTUs, same number of grams, for example, would change the temperature of the substance by 1 degree Celsius. I'm thinking is how that formula works. So yeah, so more DTUs per gram would mean that it takes longer to heat up, right? So that makes sense. So iron does a little bit better than copper as far as heat goes. Kind of makes sense. Copper does transmit heat, I believe, much better than iron, as far as I know. Might be wrong on that, but I believe that's correct. So I think that checks out. But yeah, it looks like gold amalgam does have a particular property that makes it pretty useful for us to avoid overheating. So I think what we'll do is we will deconstruct that and then make it out of gold amalgam instead, right? It says that doesn't power, but that's just because we have the switch off right now, so it's good. The big discovery, though, last time was oil. We finally struck it. Black gold. Texas tea, as they say. So, seems like there's a lot of it right here. But actually, it kind of looks like it's settling now. Or, wait a minute. The amount is rising. It's kind of strange, isn't it? It's like something is pushing it up. Looks like we even got a little bit of lead down here, too. What can we use the lead for? Lead is soft, extremely dense refined metal. Low overheat temperature and is suitable for building power systems. Really? It actually overheats quicker. So why would that be suitable for building power systems? Not too sure about that. Oh, its thermal conductivity is way higher. So maybe you could use lead in applications where you actually want heat, perhaps. 35, more DTU per degrees Celsius. Let me see. Maybe I'm misunderstanding these formulas. Because this is 4.5. Melting point of 1,000 degrees Celsius. Melting point 327. So I guess maybe this number actually means DTU. Gosh, I wish I knew what this formula meant. M. I would think that would mean mass, but I'm pretty sure that's what the gram is, right? Up here, right? Anyway. Maybe we're getting too much into the science. At some point, maybe I will have to actually look at like some kind of video on this or something like that. It has a low overheat temperature. Not sure why that would make it suitable for power. Seems kind of strange. Yeah, there is a vending machine down here too. You can rummage it and inspect it. Yep, an old file. Let's see what it is. New job at Gravitas today. I'm, well, nervous. Turns out they hired a bunch of new people. I guess they're expanding, and most of them are about my age. But I'm the only one that hasn't done my doctorate. They all call me Mr. Krause, and it's the worst. Yeah, that is probably the worst for a person that is surrounded by PhDs, you know? I have no idea where I'll find the time to do my PhD while working a full-time job. Okay. Well, my guess is he never does it. I'm just going to go out on a limb there and say that. So, would like to dive into this and actually see how much crude oil we have. It doesn't actually look like we have a whole lot of it right here. This looks like a smaller pool, and this looks like a bigger pool. Still not too sure why the amount of mass is changing on some of these tiles. That was a weird noise, too. What was that? Okay, yeah, so here's the tutorial that would have helped us out, right? Plan the locations accordingly. Maintaining low ambient temperatures and good ventilation of the colony will also help keep building temperatures down. Okay, so there's a temperature overlay. Yeah, I think we have seen that. Yeah, that's true. Adjust the overlay's color coding in order to highlight specific temperature ranges. If I allow buildings to exceed their overheat, they will take damage. Yep. Okay. Basically already what we knew. Someone has slime lung. Looks like Camille is going to take a look. That's Dr. Camille to you. Right, we're not letting them in right now. I think we could probably let them in soon. This room is actually just... It seems like just getting hotter, honestly. It seems like the steam vent likes to run when... Like, basically, whenever we're up, you know what I mean? It's been hard to actually get down here and not only correct things like this, but also analyze this vent. I'm going to allow them to go in right now, hoping that maybe this vent will stop by the time they get down here. It's not looking good, though. She's about to go in. Yeah, she's hot immediately, and I'm guessing she's not going to get much work done before... Yeah, she has to move. Also, same thing right there. Dude, Max is frying. Okay. Well, they got it done. So let's put down a new liquid pump, and we'll make it out of gold. Yeah, you know, interestingly, it still says overheat temperature 75 degrees here, so you'd have to actually look at the material. Oh, okay, I see. It also does have the resource effects over here, too. So the gold obviously is also thermally reactive, so it needs less heat in order to, let's see, specific heat capacity 0.15 DTU to raise 1 gram by 1 Kelvin. So you don't need as much heat. You don't need as many DTU to raise the temperature of the mass. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, none of the other ones actually do have these additional resource effects that matter, so... gold amalgam will be pretty useful. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Looks like steel is even better. Plus 200 degrees Celsius. I can't even see what it looks like because I don't have enough, but... high thermal conductivity. So steel might be good for applications where we do need to move heat into a certain area or something like that, is what I'm getting. Anyway. You might want to leave. Kaida goes right back in. But we're going to send her out for now. And we'll have to go back in here some other time when people are not dying anymore. Yeah, so what's going to be the best way? I guess we could keep digging down right here. This isn't too cold. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep going down, I think. And maybe something... Yeah, we could just use... I kind of want to keep the copper, so I'm going to use iron instead for... okay. Not that, though. We're going to use copper instead for other applications, I think. Iron is the only metal, it looks like, that doesn't have, like, a special property, so to speak. Copper has good decor value, too. So, yeah, we'll try to use more iron, although we do need iron to make steel, so... We do have to balance that out, too, as well. Forgot we do have a vacillator down here. I think we're going to try making brain fries use it. Yeah, she's already assigned, so as soon as we dig this out, we'll be able to see what this is all about. We're going to deconstruct that. It's going to allow this water to spill out over here. It's fine. We might have to figure out how to get this water out of here. There we go. Seems like Max has some light wounds. Might be due to the chill. Of which Max has none. No chill. Let's see. Lead... Anything else interesting down here? Doesn't look like it. I mean, the crude oil is plenty interesting. I do wonder why this particular tile is, like, full of oil. I guess this one is, too. So maybe there's, like, some kind of, like... I don't know, like a oil... what do they call those in the oil industry? An oil geyser? Did we... Yeah, I think we messed that up a little bit, so figure it out. Alright, brain fries. Complete the neural process. Whoa. Beefsteak trait. Okay, so since she already had the, what is it, diver's lung trait or something along those lines, where it reduces her air consumption, she now has a plus 10 to strength. Holy cow. That is really good for brain fries. She's our hauler. So that means she's going to be able to move basically however much mass, I mean, is in the area. She's just going to be able to haul it. That's crazy good. This is still running, so we can't come down here yet. We could probably... Oh yeah, we haven't inspected it yet. I scour the internal systems and find something of interest. Geneticist, we've engineered crops to be rotated as needed, depending on the environmental situation. A variety of plants would be ideal to supplement any remaining nutritional needs. Any one of our designs would be enough to sustain a colony indefinitely without adverse effects on physical health. Some environmental survival issues still remain. Differing temperatures, light availability, and last pass changes to nutrient levels take top priority, particularly for food and oxygen producing plants. Let's see. Log fragmentation detected. That's never a good sign. While design should focus on attributing mood-enhancing effects to natural briar pheromone emissions, the project has been moved to the lowest priority level beneath more life-sustaining designs. Interesting. I guess they're talking about the various types of plants that we can encounter in the game. I'll keep going down here. Deconstruct that. What is this ladder made of? Oh, it's plastic! Ooh, can we get that? Yeah, let's try to... What is this? Oh, this is granite. Okay, yeah. Let's try to get this stuff. I know I said originally I didn't want to disturb the area around here too much, but it seems like we're doing it anyway. So far, I don't see too great a change in like the temperature around here. So it seems like just the presence of a lot of ice is enough to keep the ice itself cold. I'm not exactly sure how this area is staying cold. It's possible that just heat radiates totally differently than what it does in real life. You know, in this game, of course, because I would think eventually this would just heat up to match the surroundings over here, and then this area would cool, of course, as they would try to reach equilibrium, right? Doesn't look like that's exactly what's happening here. Polluted water right here. I would like to get this gold, but we would be swimming in even more water, and we kind of already have too much of it right here. I don't see anything new yet over here, but looks like there are still even more patches of oil. So what do we do here? Do we temporarily put a like water pump in and just pull this stuff out, or do we, I don't know, like make like a pool over here or something, or tap into this area and just let the water flow down? I don't know. So we're still set to rummage in here, I think. Yeah, we can't deconstruct this security door either. Trying to think. I mean, eventually we would want to get the wolframite over here too, I would think. So maybe it wouldn't be such a terrible thing to, like, dig over here or something, and then come down here to grab this. Might be nice to actually open up some of the sleet wheat too, so we can grab that, you know, au naturel, right? Speaking of which, yeah, okay, so we do have this set to auto-harvest. We'll set more of this to auto-harvest. Make sure that all of this is done so that we can get a supply of wheat. It's super far away, unfortunately, but... well, I guess maybe... So maybe the alternative here would be we just dig straight down, huh? Maybe that would work out, too. Inspect the table. Loose papers are found inside. I scan the ones that look interesting. Been so tired lately, I probably spent the last 3 nights sleeping at my desk, and I've used the lab's safety shower to bathe twice already this month. We're technically on schedule, but for some reason Director Stern has been breathing down my neck to get these new products ready for market. Normally I'd be bad about the added pressure on my work, but something in the director's voice tells me that time is of the essence. The plot thickens. Interesting. Alright, we'll keep digging down then. Uh, yeah, so I think, yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, so this is gonna be, like, all submerged here soon, but... Oh, whoops. Got to add that in there, too. Can demolish this thing now. Alright, is this vent still running today? Man, it's always running, man. Nothing we can really do about that, I guess. It might be time soon to actually do our new farm. I think that's going to be necessary. Right now we're doing okay on food. How are we doing on... Yeah, oxygen, too. I forgot about this problem, too. I always forget where all of these overlays are. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's not very useful. Well, I guess it sort of is. It does give you a general heat map. Okay, so we're doing fine now. We do have this diffuser running again. Maybe we're still at the point where we basically have to use, you know, 1.5-ish oxygen diffusers here. I don't think that's a terrible drain. We do have 6.5 tons of algae now. It's not a whole lot. What we could do is tap into this area as well. We do have quite a few pools that we could connect into one small area like this right here, and then just start cleaning the air as it heads up and into this system. Yeah, I think that might not be a bad idea. I'm thinking we might have to redesign all of this too. Get this refrigerator out here instead, maybe put it over here, and then actually put the fire pole down here. And I'm thinking it may not be a bad idea to like maybe extend this or something. I just don't like exactly how all of this is laid out, that's all. It's starting to bother me a bit. I mean, it's all functional, but I do have this oxygen mask checkpoint disabled, which is fine. We already inspected these two, okay. I don't like the noises that are coming around here. Oh, is it this thing, actually? That might make sense. Can we destroy this door for steel? An office door to an office that no longer exists. Fair enough. Holy cow, this takes a while to deconstruct. I guess it is Bert. It's not exactly his forte. All these LED lights could potentially go too. I wonder if the glass would be useful. It's just a general resource. Did he not finish it? Maybe he left? That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, we did get some steel out of it. Heck yeah. Well yeah, take that one down too then, please. I think we'll leave the pajama cubby there because it looks like it creates infinite number of pajamas. I don't know if we'll need any more. Still don't even know what this does, to be honest. We do have 5 kilograms of dream journals in here. I couldn't tell you what it's for. It's possible that this thing needs to be powered in order to actually run, but I don't know. No clue. Yeah, so this area is cold, so we can't really, like, be down here for too long doing this work. We kind of have to do it step by step. There's a jumping Joya right next to this crude oil. It's a slickster! Whoa. Oh, it's super hot down here, too. Okay. I don't know why. Yeah, what? Oh, wow. I guess it's the oil that's really hot, huh? Hmm. So my question is why is there a crap ton of crude oil right here and then like none right here? You know what I mean? Something strange about this particular room. And there's a lot of crude oil in here. Obviously not an infinite amount, I don't think. But the fact that we see surging numbers here all the time tells me that maybe there is some kind of crude oil producing entity down here, right? Something like that. So we're going to eventually figure it out. We did manage to take just a little bit of the water with us, so we should be able to empty that right here. And that'll work out just fine, I think. Which will also allow us then to continue this way. We might even be able to get to the point where we actually are able to mop this up, which would be great. In fact, let's try to do that right there. Yeah, try to do a little bit of that. Be nice. I think it is the Somnium synthesizer making that humming noise. Seems to, yeah, seems to be most prevalent when it's center of our field of view here. I guess we can leave the steel down there. Growth halted. Interesting. So what is it? Need oxygen, polluted oxygen, carbon dioxide. Oh yeah, so the chlorine is killing it. Right. Chilly breath. Yeah, it's kind of cool with Wheezewort. You could just create a consuming vacuum. This thing just consumes gas, right? And they absorb heat itself. So they need a supply of gas. I'm assuming they also absorb the gas too. Maybe that's not true. Not sure about that one. Alright. Well, let's keep moving down here a little bit. Just a little bit at a time. And I think what we'll do here is go down here. This will get us some wolframite, it looks like, too. Which is the stuff that we use, I guess, to make some tungsten. I wonder if tungsten has any special properties. I know it's, like, super hard stuff. Super heat resistant. Okay. Starvation. What was that about? Something starving? Looks like our last slickster has died. So that's a tragedy. No more slicksters. Carbon dioxide is beginning to pool. I suppose that makes sense. All right. What, okay, yeah, it's not even hot enough for this area, too, so... Yeah, we definitely need to redesign this area altogether. And then probably include, I guess, heaters. Someone mentioned that you don't really need to use a space heater at all before. Might have been Rax again. But I don't see why we wouldn't want this. Also provides temporary immunity to chilly surroundings and soggy feet, so that's kind of nice. Warming station. Oh. They have a whole category for warming stations, but the only thing in the category is the space heater. So maybe they planned on creating other options. I'm not too sure. It tries to make things go up to 70 degrees Celsius, which is, I think, pretty hot. I don't see why we wouldn't use this. I think someone mentioned that usually the best way to create heat is to just enclose like a generator or something like that. Anything that creates a lot of heat during its use, you enclose it in tiles and whatnot, and then it I guess the heat slowly dissipates from that or something, and that's how you like capture it. I'm not sure 100%. But given what we've seen down here with how heat radiates, I'm not entirely sold that we wouldn't want to use a space heater. Maybe there are just better options, perhaps. Let's get all this stuff out of here. Looks like we're crushing some stuff too. We're also set to crush salt, but I don't think that's happening too often. What is this stuff complaining about? Not enough chlorine gas, it says. Oh yes, there's polluted oxygen in here. Right. Oh, I think it was Rax as well that pointed out you can actually shear these Drecos and whatnot. Yeah, they do make reed fiber. I think there might be a mutation of the Dreco that actually has a basically like its wool is made of something that's also useful for us too. I can't remember what it was exactly. Glossy Dreco, maybe? Oh, yeah, okay, you can shear a glossy Dreco and then make plastic that way. Apparently that's a decent way of getting plastic as well, but you actually have to, keep Dreco, of course, first, and then hopefully they lay that egg for you, right? So it takes a while. Might be time to fill this area with a bit more chlorine gas to shove up the polluted oxygen and allow the Dasha salt vines to grow a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think if that's the best way to do it. Either putting in some bleach stone here or maybe just pumping this chlorine out of here so we can just get rid of this area entirely. Might not be a bad way of doing it. Yeah, actually, because we could just pipe this straight in. And we already have power going here, too. So let's do this really quick. Ventilation, gas pump. And then power. Yeah, so they'll come over there and do that in a bit. Whenever they're free, really. So we're tapped into this area now, too. It should mean that, yeah, we do have a lot more oxygen, I'm hoping, coming over here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of gas, so we are sucking up a lot of it right here. That said, I think it's keeping up pretty well. If it is a problem, we can obviously keep going east here. There's even a little bit more right here, too, so we can expand as we need to here. Kind of crazy we're running out of natural gas here. Why is that, actually? Oh, right. Yeah, so we have filled this room with natural gas. Yeah, it's overpressurized, so I don't think we should be wasting a lot of it right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are disabled, but yeah, I guess we're running out of propane. And we only have 25 more cycles before it shuts off again. Interesting. I'm not too sure why we're struggling basically to keep up with the natural gas here. Maybe we're not, actually. I'm not sure. I have to keep an eye on this a little bit, because I'm kind of surprised to see this room completely empty. It sort of does make sense. It looks like this room is just like constantly repressurizing. I think it was Rax that pointed out there's some kind of like mini exploit, if you will, where a tile can actually have more gas in it than it normally would, provided you have other gases in the tile, right? So we do have a presence of polluted oxygen in here too. So it's possible maybe this room will just continue to fill maybe indefinitely with natural gas. It seems kind of strange to me. But I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Long story short, though, we may be looking at another propane winter, if you will, where we have to basically run constantly in order to keep our power going. Sadly. Let's see what this blueprint is. Barbecue sounds delicious. Actually, I think there's a thing that we can make out of the barbecue, right? Yeah, if we had lettuce and something else, we could make a burger. Oh yeah, surf and turf as well. If we could make it with cooked seafood if we had that too. Might be time to actually start to, you know, look into, you know, basically subsisting off of meat as opposed to plants a bit more. What does a Paku eat again? He eats algae, actually. That's not very fun, actually. I suppose, yeah, like how would you actually... Let's relocate this oxalate, like right here. How would you get algae over here? Would you just have to take it out of your container and then move some over there? That's the part that I'm not too sure about. Or maybe you would actually wrangle them. Oh no, that's right. You would use one of these critter feeders. Forgot about that. Speaking of which, this thing is there's no polluted dirt here, so this guy might actually starve soon. Maybe this is the guy that was complaining about not having enough food. How do we get polluted dirt? See a lot of ways of getting rid of it. Water sieve does create some. Apparently, if we shove wood into... Why does it say we don't know what that is? Into an ethanol distiller, we can make ethanol, polluted dirt, and carbon dioxide. This might not be a bad thing to use either. What do we use ethanol for? We can make nosh beans. Okay. Interesting. That's a kind of it seems like there's a lot of different industries in this game. It's pretty overwhelming, actually. Pretty overwhelming. All right, let's see. This thing is finally not running during the day, so we'll let them come in here, put this liquid pump in, let them analyze things too. They won't be able to analyze for very long because it is still super hot in here, but... We'll at least get some work done. Still don't know. Oh, I missed it again, man. It's kind of crazy this Slickster's just chilling down here. He's trapped. He's not living the best of lives. Best of lives. You know, Rax theorized we probably lost our Slicksters because it simply got too cold around here. Could be the case. Really a tragic either way. We're gonna relocate this guy in here. It's not cold enough, or not warm enough in here anyway. I'm trying to think, like, what could we do to heat this area up? We originally had the lights in here. I'm trying to remember why we actually took those out. Oh, I see. It's because it's too hot. That's right. So we took out the lights to try to reduce the temperature. So we don't need a space heater. We need an actual cooler. Cool. Okay, maybe not. There was a... Let's see. Let's take a look in the research section. A hammer. The hammer strikes the building to the left when it receives a green signal. Each building has a unique sound when struck by the hammer, and it does no damage when it strikes. What the heck is this for? A notification. Okay, so you use it like, hey, you gotta do something here. Like the game just... It allows the game to create like audible sounds for you to like let you know, hey, something needs to happen, I guess. That's so strange. There's so much stuff in this game, man. Auto sweeper. Sucks up all nearby debris. Oh my gosh, man. This game is incredible. The amount of stuff just kills me every time. It's just, there's so much going on. Looks like we're still maybe... Are we pulled off on researching this? What did we need this for? Can't remember. Maybe we're going to look at doing the spice grinder. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Might as well do that. Give people things to do, since I'm sure they're kind of bored. But I thought there was something that we learned that would allow us to cool in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, uses ice to dissipate a small amount of heat. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, yeah, we can just convert ice, water into ice or snow. Okay, so yeah. So between a ice maker and an ice-y fan, this would allow us to modulate temperature. That's exactly what it says. Or we could just straight up use HVAC, maybe. No. That's to control the temperature of specifically gases, which I guess we could use. Yeah, this does cool the gas pipe through it. So actually, if we did a thermal regulator from this, you know, into this vent, let's see, what does that look like? Thermoregulator. Oh, this thing is huge. Yeah, I mean, we could do something like this. So what does this thing do again? Let's see, thermoregulator. Exactly what does it do? Cools the gas pipe through it, but outputs heat in its immediate vicinity. So that would be good. It would output heat up here, which is fine. Uses some power, which should be okay. Creates a lot of heat in the area, and it cools it by 14 degrees Celsius, which would be perfect, actually. let's see. Thermoregulator. I guess we can test it out and see how it works. Eventually we have to do that anyway, right? To figure things out. So we'll, I guess we'll just come straight across and do like this. And I suppose we will use... Okay, so wolframite has high thermal conductivity and it is thermally reactive. So it has both the qualities of gold and steel, as far as like temperature stuff goes. Disperses heat because energy transfers quickly through these materials. And it doesn't require that much energy to raise the temperature either, and therefore it heats and cools quickly. So, interesting. So this would be probably a good material to use for, you know, applications where we do want to change the heat of things. But let's just do an iron vent for now. There's a lot of gas in here. It might take a while before this thermoregulator actually helps us out here. In fact, I'm kind of starting to wonder if we should just maybe open this door. But we specifically don't do that because because it kills Max. Max is like, please don't. Diamond? Whoa. Yeah, straight carbon. Very difficult to excavate. Nearly impenetrable. 100% decor bonus. Basically never overheats either. Bait? Okay. Not sure why you would want to use diamond for any kind of bait stuff, but... Unless we're not talking about fish here. Might not be talking about fish. Yeah, I still don't know why crude oil is just like ignoring this particular tile and splashing around up here, but it doesn't look like oil is infinite as I kind of hoped it would be. But at least I guess we do have some. And we can burn oil, if I'm not mistaken, and then we can make the... Oh, okay. Well, there's the game answering this for us. So apparently there are oil reservoirs in the game. But yeah, oil refinery, crude oil into petroleum, and natural gas. And then petroleum we can use to make plastics, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so the game is letting us know that we can manipulate temperature now, probably because we constructed this thing. We need a power wire to connect to it. Alright. And eventually they will build the rest of it, so we'll deconstruct this vent. And I'm pretty sure we could... Yeah, we can't remove the power wire, but we can remove the ventilation. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry, Max. You're just gonna have to deal with it for a little bit. Or someone else can come over and construct things in this room. Yeah, he's just gonna die for a while. No escaping that. We unfortunately have to do this nasty task. So this is mostly just a test. Obviously, we know we're going to tear down this room entirely at some point, because we really need to get to the point where we have a giant bristle blossom farm And as well, we would be using fertilizer, hopefully, at that point, too. Storage unavailable. Okay. There we go. Continue that work. One more gas pipe, Max, and then you'll be free at last. There it is. So. I'm not sure if it's working or not. It does say it's cooling, so. Doesn't really look like it's helping out too much yet, but I guess we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe what we could do for now is open this door. Max is already suffering anyway, right? And then that will allow the thermoregulator to run more constantly. Yeah. Contents of the gas inside the pipe, it looks like, is... Oh yeah, 21 degrees Celsius right here. Let's see. And then it immediately heats up, probably due to the surrounding temperature of the tiles already. So yeah, kind of hard to tell if it's helping or not. Just set this back to auto for now. It doesn't really seem like it's helping, and yeah, this is why I didn't want to do this. Get back in here. It doesn't really look like the thermoregulator is helping at all, does it? I mean, it says it's working. I mean, I guess this thing is outputting heat, so maybe we'd need to put insulated tiles here. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it's helping out that much, frankly. There's a lot of heat right here, too. Actually, even more right here. Yeah, it's hard to really tell if this is helping out at all, really. I mean, it is pretty cool air, but then it's like it just immediately rises to the same temperature. It might be that we do need insulated walls here to solve that problem. I'm not 100% sure. Well, we asked them to do this a while ago, and they still haven't done it. They might be busy still trying to analyze this. They still haven't done this liquid pump either. Yeah, it's super hot in here. Kaide's gonna figure it out here soon. Maybe we'll just let them do it. I kind of want to see what she does here. She is just straight dying, though. This is not good for her. All right, maybe she will just end up dying down here. I'm not sure. Yeah, she's super wounded. Okay, Harold's got the rest of the gold amalgam. Kaede went right back in. Yeah, so they will basically just commit suicide, is what we've learned. Yeah. All right. So enough of that. It's ridiculous. Go get healed. We'll come back to investigate things in the future. We are getting there, so a little bit more suffering, and we should be able to move on with our lives. So skill required dig. Apparently, bleach stone is tough material. Oh yeah, actually, can we mop this actually now? Ooh, check that out. We're able to mop up a little bit, and then maybe slowly over time we can get rid of some of this water in our tunnel here. Seems like there's even more crude oil to be found. Another icy chamber over here too, perhaps. Stored but not refrigerated, so there's no power. Yeah, our whole system shut down. Why is that? This thing can't even run. Automation is definitely telling it to run, but yeah, there's no power to even kickstart this thing. I'm not sure why that is, though. I suppose the gas filter is always trying to get rid of other gases in this room. Maybe that's why? Like it literally just ran out of power because the natural gas is unable to keep up. Yeah, it seems like it's like infinitely pumping more natural gas in this tile, even though the gas vent is overpressurized. So, you know, we might have to just temporarily deconstruct this thing. And actually, we would probably do it right here. And then I guess we need to run. But they're not going to do it tonight anyway, so I guess we're just not going to have power overnight. Not too sure why this all shut off. The only thing I can think of is that, yeah, all of the natural gas was flowing over here and not enough of it was being diverted to the natural gas generator over here. I suppose we could sort of solve this problem a little bit by setting a gas valve. Instead of like a gas valve right here, we would probably put it over here instead. Maybe that's why. We're allowing 270 grams per second through. And I guess half of it would be going over here, and then half of it should be going to the machines. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe it was a combination of those types of problems. But yeah, it might not be a bad idea to actually have an inline, yeah, gas valve like right here, actually. And then, like right now, we would just have it set to 0 because we don't need any more natural gas over here. And then we can just, when we have natural gas available over here and we need it over here, then we can enable the valve. Or maybe even put in like an automated gas sensor in the future, right? That might actually be the high IQ play, right? So, okay, so yeah, they're going to turn these machines on. I'm hoping they will come over and start running. At least someone will. Kaede is basically dead. I would have assumed she would have got herself treated. So I guess they don't just do that on their own. So we're going to tell her to do that. Have to keep an eye out on your duplicants. Because they will commit suicide. Very clearly. We'll go in here and try to finish this up. Kaede. Oh, okay. Literally, immediately when I say we're gonna go and do it, the game's like, "What did you say? We're gonna kill you." Terrible timing. But yeah, we just need to finish this construction so we can pull water out of here again, and then we don't have to go down there, other than to research. Okay. So, she says she's receiving treatment. I don't know. Is it just because, like, she's just sitting in the cot, so this helps? Yeah, I guess just actually... Oh, I see. So if they do get knocked unconscious, they can actually come over here, too. It accelerates health restoration just by sitting on the cot. Okay. All right. Treatment received as well. Plus 50 health per cycle. So in a day, she should be back up to normal. But Max is also destroyed now. Luckily, this is done. I don't know why it says there's no... Oh, yeah, because everything has no power right now. We do have 2 of them running right now, so I should be able to kickstart this, I would think. Or not. What is going on here? Are these 2 generators... These 2 generators are connected to just this circuit. Okay, so that would be why. So we need to actually get a generator, like, right here, basically. So let's do that, I suppose. Or, let's see. We actually need it to be on this circuit. So... I guess the... Where is the best spot to put it? Oh, I guess all of this is one circuit. Up here as well as part of the same circuit. So, yeah, we should be able to put in a couple of generators right here. These 2 are at least running these systems for now, but I think that's kind of a waste of time. So I'm going to... Let's set this to emergent. Looks like Bert's going to go and help out with that, I think. Nope, he just wanted to jump off the hamster wheel for a second. Weighing 150 kilograms of copper. Someone's doing some weird stuff again. Harold's freaking out. Right, Max is also injured. Okay, so I see now why the triage cot requires assignment. It makes sense now. Alright. I guess someone will come over here and do this 3rd generator here shortly. I mean, we do have probably people with a lot of spare time right now, but then again, it seems like everyone's kind of busy doing their own thing right now, so it might be a while. We might have to set like one of these 2 disabled. And then set it back to enabled. I'd prefer this one to be... I wonder if we set this to a higher priority. Yeah, pending errands should be done. So let's set that to higher priority right now. And we'll even disable this building and enable that one. Hopefully Lyra will come over here and run on this wheel, which should allow... Yes, there we go. Which should allow this generator to start running again. Okay, and then... Yeah, okay. There we go. This should allow the natural gas generators to kick on. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure why we ran out of power there. That's the only thing I can think of is that we simply were diverting way too much natural gas this room. We ran out in here. Natural gas generators shut off because of that. We ran out of power. These things couldn't trigger more power to start. So, yeah, that's probably the flow that occurred here. But we should be good now. Yep, the generators are running. And yeah, so carbon dioxide is going to be a problem here soon. I think what we could simply do, though, is just open this door. I mean, we don't have any slicksers anymore. So we can just let the carbon dioxide pool down here quasi-infinitely. We may have to create a carbon skimmer and put it like right in here and just purge carbon dioxide in this area too, but it might be a bit of a pain to get that all set up here. I suppose what we could do is use a carbon skimmer right here. Output the polluted water in here as well too, since we don't really care. We are filtering it out right here anyway. And it would just all naturally flow to where it needs to go in the future, I suppose. In the meantime, ooh, we could actually do the, yeah, wolframite to tungsten. I think I will do that once just to have it, just to have tungsten available in our list of materials. So it pops up, you know what I mean? That is going to use a lot of power, though. I forgot about that. Cancel that. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, we kind of need to conserve power a little bit right now. Propane isn't running right now, but it will run, I don't know, soon. Erupts in a third of a day. So, and there is plenty of natural gas in here right now, so I think we're fine. It was just we need to set a yeah, we need to move basically the gas valve from here over to here. So I wish this game did have like a notebook system so we could keep track of the things that we want to do, but don't want to do right now. You know what I mean? I'd obviously like to make this change once the natural gas is drained out of here and propane is dormant. We would make that, I think, modification to the system. Cool. All right, well, looks like there's even more crude oil down here. Not sure if we'll be able to find a... not sure if we'll be able to find a well or whatever they called it, a oil reservoir. Yeah. Rock formations, crude oil deposits beneath their surface. Oil can be extracted from a reservoir with sufficient pressure. I'm assuming this oil reservoir lasts infinitely, but who knows? It could be that just oil is super rare and coveted. I know it is in real life. Let me tell you, if you want to know why any particular war was started in history, modern history, I should say, it's probably because of oil. Um, that's usually how it goes. So we were able to mop that up. Let's cancel that, dig that, and then we'll keep going down. Looks like it is already downtime again, though. We do have a lot of clay now. Reliable construction material. We may want to use it for, yeah, just general construction too, although it does have very low decor. What else can we use clay for? Because we're going to need to get rid of it soon. I suppose that's what we did when we went this route is we're now converting clay, basically. You know, sand into clay instead of burning algae to make our oxygen. So we're going to have a lot of clay. I guess we can make ceramics with a lot of different types of materials. And then, oh, I guess a hatch, yeah, can create coal, but otherwise it's kind Kind of useless, it looks like. But what are ceramics good for? Oh, yeah, that's right. We can spit it right back out into Rock Crusher. I think we do have a kiln, right? Yeah, it's right here. Would be nice to, I think... Yeah, we can use wood to just... Ceramics actually do have a good decor value. They don't overheat, and they're actually an insulator, too. So yeah, we have insulated tiles made out of granite right now, but I bet you insulated tiles made out of ceramic would be even more effective. Because granite itself is not an insulator. So, okay, so it might be nice to have some ceramics anyway. Let's see. I think our power systems are okay now. I'm gonna disable this building, deconstruct this one, disable. Oh, we do have some table salt now. Okay. Yeah, and they automatically use it at a mess table during mealtime. So, can we put that in here, or... No, it has to be in like a storage bin. I guess we could put a storage bin right here for it. Someone left their lice loaf out. It's not cool. Resources are running low, medical packs, so let's make a bunch more of those. Would be nice if we could do a do until you have X type operation. Yeah, but it is what it is. At least we noticed it. Yeah, so we're not running it right now, so that's why it says no power. I guess we shouldn't have to worry about overheating down here anymore, so that's one issue solved. Thanks again to Rax for pointing that out. We'll have to keep that in mind, that gold is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome in overheating situations. We might have to dig our way over to this Biobot builder just to take a look at that. I think it does use some things. Yeah, it's a creepy. Yeah, that's right. It uses zombie spores, so. But the only other material is steel, and we do now have a supply of steel. So. Yeah, don't know where we would get zombie spores. Yeah, parasitic brain fungus. Probably not something that we want to be around anyway. Oh, and apparently zombie spores do get disinfected by chlorine. Makes sense. Yeah, they lose motor control. They literally become zombies. Oh, man. It's going to be a mess. But it would be nice to be able to get bots. Probably be pretty helpful. It's starting to take a super long time to just fall down here. Yeah, so we do have a spice grinder now. Produces some ingredients that are beneficial. I guess we could put a spice grinder right here, right? Sure, just to see what it does. Okay. She's working on it. We'll let her get a little bit more injured. And that's good enough. Okay, so she did get ejected from the triage cot, right? Yeah, okay, so as soon as she's full HP, they do leave the triage cot of their own will. So that's good at least. Max is probably doing a lot better right now. He's probably just got like light wounds at this point. Maybe. I don't know where Max is, actually. Oh yeah. Oh, he's actually pretty injured. So yeah, let's get him over here. It's supposed to be 80% severe. Let's see. Yeah, a duplicate. Oh, I see. May not use this cot until their health falls below 80%. But I wish they would automatically use the cot. You know what I mean? Kinda odd that this is all manual. Maybe there's like a schedule option. Bedtime, bath time, work, downtime. Alright, well. Yeah, I guess we can't do that, at least in the schedule section. In most games, you actually have a priority system for, like, you know, healing. Yeah, not shown up here. So, I guess it's all manual. It might be time to tap into this too. But I suppose we could start to queue up ceramics. Try to remember to use that material instead for building our insulated tile. Should work a little bit better, I think. Alright, keep going down just a bit more. Looks like we are going to puncture the salt water right here, so that sucks. Yeah. Unless their eggs are nearby, yeah. So I guess the Pokeshell is the first creature that we've found that can become hostile, really. I think it's the only one so far. Puffed egg, sounds good. By the way, also, Rax pointed out we should probably consider keeping some of the eggs so that we could incubate them. It's a fair statement. We probably do need to look at that a bit more. It's just like, it's kind of overwhelming to have to care for a bunch of different creatures, you know what I mean? So that's why I've been kind of avoiding that a bit. Deconstruct some more of this automation wire stuff. But yeah, probably a good idea. Honestly, we don't need the food at all right now. So what do puffs do again? Let's see. Probably sounded like it just had a spaz attack there for a second. Yes, also Rax pointed out too, the regular puffs are female. I never really noticed. And then, of course, the puffed princes are male. So maybe there is like a gender thing going on here where they need to mate. I don't know if that's true or not. It seems like they kind of, you know, mate and, you know, leave children on their own. And I think even the puffed prince has a chance to lay an egg. So yeah, it has its own reproduction chance. So, not sure exactly how that all is supposed to work out, but apparently the puffs are a little bit better than the puff princes. Like they're more, oh yeah, these things are terrible. Why did we keep the puff princes? Rax pointed out that the puffs are way better for converting materials than the puff princes. And I kind of see what he's getting at here, right? 30 kilograms of polluted oxygen makes only 3 kilograms of slime. But up here, 50 kilograms becomes 47.5 kilograms of slime. So that's like a way better rate. So I think what we're going to do... remove some of these old geezers. Shall we? And then I suppose we can move the Where did they move him? Oh, whoops. I think we already killed him, didn't we? Yeah, we already killed him, it looks like. Oh, okay. We do still have 2. Okay, perfect. So, let's relocate these guys up here. And this one as well. So this will increase our slime production. Slime is great because then that means we have more, I guess, water supply, but also free algae. So maybe we can afford to continue to run our oxygen diffusers for a bit longer. A lot of polluted oxygen up here. Yeah, even some hydrogen too. So some nasty gases are starting to get in the base here. So I'm gonna do this number. And we're also going to use iron for this, I think. This will allow the hydrogen to flow up to here, so it should go all the way up there. Polluted oxygen, I guess we're just gonna have to breathe that away. Still not sure exactly how polluted oxygen is getting in the base. I don't think it's coming from here anymore. Let's see, ventilation. Yeah, I don't think it's coming from this system at all anymore. There's some other system. It could actually be coming from this pipe and being ejected from the system and then floating up here as well. I don't think it's coming from over here either. Alright. Cool. Did we terrorize this area? We sort of did. The sleet wheat doesn't grow anymore because there's chlorine gas in the area. No real way to fix that other than, I guess, we could plant a Dasha salt vine. What else do these things need? They need a lot of air pressure. They need chlorine gas. Negative... Is that negative 25 to negative 50? Oh yeah, okay, so I guess we could just straight up plant Dasha salt vines down here. Solve that problem over time, I suppose. Yeah, so if we do that, maybe we can, over time, sort the chlorine gas out here in a more natural manner. Probably take a long time to do that, but yeah, these things are having trouble just growing because there's less carbon, I'm sorry, chlorine in this area. Might be time to pull some bleach stone out. I've been kind of avoiding this because I don't really know exactly how to remove like a set amount of bleach stone. So we have 290 kilograms of bleach stone stored. First of all, where? Like, do we have to just manually search every storage bin, I guess? Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have any gas going into that right now. Where is the bleach stone? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's right. We put this thing here specifically for it. So I guess we would just remove all of it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have done that overnight. Emitting chlorine gas at a stupid rate. Oh, man. Yeah. Get this over here. Oh, that sucks. Oh, God. Hurry up, please. Relocate this. Oh, they're not gonna do it right away either. Maybe we could just, instead of cancel, instead of relocating, we just store it. Yeah, actually, let's sweep. Yeah, and then cancel relocate. Anything we could do to hurry up and have them get this stuff out of here, because... Okay, thank God. Whew. Okay, so just set that back down to regular. I guess you can set the specific amount of material you use anyway. So we could have like a series of storage bins with like, 100 kilograms a pop, and then we just drop that amount out. Seems like kind of a ridiculous way of doing things, but I do wish... Oh, did I just terminate it again? Okay, so if you right-click things, it actually purges the selection entirely. That's okay. We're ready to actually, I think, relocate this now. I hope. Okay, yep. Nope. Please hurry. Okay. I guess we're not doing this. Also, let's enable that auto harvest. Yeah, would be nice. I guess they're not able to keep up with their tasks. Yeah, they're not able to keep up with the tasks. They are able to come over here because this building is... Yeah. Both these doors are open. The checkpoint is disabled as well. Yeah, so there should be no reason they can't do it. It's just... They're all busy. They're all busy. Let's cancel these for now. And that too. So I'm making Max run around all over the place, but... What is he building now? Is he building this? Okay. I'm not sure. It says it is emitting quite a bit of chlorine gas, but I don't see it in the environment. I just wish they would hurry up and do this. Kaede is still dead. The hand sanitizer. Kills me, man. Oh, you use the hand sanitizer? Yeah, it's great. I love a hand sanitizer. Who doesn't? Okay, seriously, this is getting a bit out of hand. Okay, maybe we need to set that down to just 1 for now or something. It's kind of surprising, but yeah, I think we might be at the point now where the number of duplicates that we have is simply not enough to keep the base running. It is actually emitting chlorine gas. Okay, yeah, so this is terrible. Yeah, I don't think we're able to keep up. Wow, Lyra and Max have like some kind of... Did you see that? They're doing like sign language and something like that. They have like their own, you know what I mean, like handshake, special handshake. Oh, okay, now he's moving the... Oh, I see the eggs. Okay. It's fine. Okay, so at least we're doing relocates. Okay, cool. Meep finally got it. So I guess relocating things is a low priority task. Okay, here comes the bleach stone. Boom. There we go. Okay, yeah, so these problems should solve themselves in time. So this is creating about 3 grams per second of chlorine gas. And actually these things eat way more than that. Okay, so we actually do need a lot of bleach stone just to keep a Dasha salt vine going. Good to know. Good to know. So maybe we should have got more of it. Let's set this back again to bleach stone specifically. So, oh man, is there a way to like forbid something? There isn't. Dang it. Okay, well, I guess we'll turn that thing off for now. Yeah, so there is... Yeah, so there's no way to forbid something. So as soon as we turn this back on to grab bleach stone, they're just going to come over here and grab this and then put it right back in storage. So that's something we have to deal with. Make this out of iron. There's the hydrogen gas. Perfect. This polluted oxygen is just going to chill here for probably ever. What are we doing over here? Oh, grabbing algae. Okay, gotcha. It's actually, yeah, 61 degrees Celsius right here. Wow. Yeah, so that heat does flow pretty nicely. Would be nice if we could find some unlimited, so there's just meat down here. Oh, I think that was the Slickster. Rest in peace, buddy. Alright, it seems like we're creating way more food than we need. I'm not sure why there's a difference. It does not look like the thermoregulator helped out in the least. Not at all. I suppose what we could do is build, let's see, slow heating igneous rock, but I want to use, oh yeah, ceramics are right here. So insulator. Yeah. So we could just do this number. And then maybe we'll build this out of... this is mostly just a test. Like I said, I know obviously we're going to be getting rid of... Wait, why are we building it? Did I say igneous rock? Oh, I see. We don't have that much ceramics. So let's create more. Let's do that forever for... Maybe we shouldn't do that. We can actually type in these boxes, so that's good. I'll have to remember that. Just queue like a bunch of it for now. All right. And we'll breach this in the next episode, I think. So we are making progress, albeit somewhat slow. We're doing some testing, obviously, too. Unfortunately, it seems like the thermoregulator is pretty garbage. Kind of surprising because it uses quite a lot of power, too. I suppose maybe it would be more effective if we had, like, 2 of them in line. So, like, input, output, and then to where we need it to be, but it just doesn't seem to be that useful. Another thing I guess we could do, which would cause this system to use more power, is to actually make this like a vented tile, you know what I mean? Or like some of these like vented tiles, which would allow this oxygen to flow out of this room. And then because of that, then more oxygen would flow through the thermoregulator into the gas vent, causing this thermoregulator to run like constantly, right? But I don't know. I feel like it's almost a waste entirely. Like this whole system is, I think. I really do want to try. Like, can you make a hydroponic farm out of ceramics, actually? No. So, yeah, so can't do anything like that. Where is the heat coming from? It's mostly coming from right here, so I'm going to... Can I even reach this? Says I can. Maybe through here, actually. I kind of want to test this out and see if this helps out at all. Juicers, yeah, these increase morale. Specifically for a recreation room, if possible. Oh, they use a lot of different things at the same time. Dramatically increases morale and even adds a little bit of strength, too. Yeah, it's probably just too expensive for us. I mean, it's just the mushrooms, really. We don't really have a good way of producing mushrooms en masse. Because I think it requires, like, dark rooms and some other crazy stuff, too. Alright, ceramic tile. I just want to test. This will be probably the last thing we do in this episode. I just want to see if this actually has a dramatic impact on the amount of heat going through here. I don't know. I just want to see what that looks like while it's still fresh in my mind here. Because it seems like a lot of the heat is coming from, yeah, like this area over here. Specifically like this line. It actually gets hotter down here. Okay, so the heat is just straight up flowing up from these areas on, you know, up to here. Yeah, so if that's the case, if it's just straight radiating up like this, putting ceramic tile right here and then maybe ceramic tiles like on this bottom row right here should shield these tiles, these hydroponic farm tiles. So I guess we'll find out. Do we just not have enough? Do this now, please. Okay, they picked up 280 kilograms of ceramics. So yeah, I think we simply do not have enough is the problem. Ooh, yeah, heat is rising here dramatically, too. very strange noise for a kiln to make. Okay, so she was able to finish it. Perfect. Thank you, Camille. Alright, so... What? 45 degrees Celsius? Huh? Why is it so hot? It's like fixed at 45 degrees Celsius too. Maybe I was lied to here. Used to build the walls and floors of a room. Reduces heat transfer between walls, retaining ambient heat in an area. The low thermal conductivity of insulated tiles slows any heat passing through them. Okay, so ceramic. Hard brittle material formed from heated clay. It's because it was heated clay, but I mean, it should be cooled now that it's ceramic, right? Conductivity. Yeah, I would think it would be... Why does it say it's 45 degrees? This is very strange. Let me, I know I said that was the last thing I was gonna do, but let me, I want to try to put another one down here. I want to see if it's, like, always 45 degrees. Like, maybe there's some kind of, like, interaction here that I'm not aware of. Why is it just so much hotter, too? And it's like the temperature isn't changing at all. It's like this insulated tile is doing absolutely nothing for us. Okay, wait. So the ceramic itself is at 79 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's because maybe the ceramic itself that we're using is still too hot. We need to cool the ceramics down for a while. No, it's also 45 degrees. What the heck? Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there with this one. Yeah, insulator. And of course, yeah, insulation doesn't have a section at all. Pretty interesting. And honestly, it looks like it's not really helping. If anything, it might be making it worse. So I'm going to deconstruct these for now. And then maybe we'll revisit that again next time and, you know, try other materials with it. I'm not too sure what to make of that, frankly. Strange. More experimentation required. So, hope you enjoyed. We did find oil. Sadly, I don't see any actual, like, reservoir, basically, any, like, permanent source. But I think pretty soon it might not be a bad idea to tap into this. I mean, obviously, we've got diamonds over here, too, which I'm sure we'll want to take and use. But oil will give us plastics, I'm pretty sure. So we'll probably look at maybe setting something like that up next time. But it's just going to take a while to actually dig down there. So bear with me while we get there. I hope you enjoyed either way. We did learn a few more things about what happened in this silly asteroid. I'm sure there's more to come. So until then, peace.